All right. Let me get back to it here. So the tweet that went out was excited for the upcoming season. This is from the Dynamo. It will be fun to see progress this year after fielding youngest team in at MLS Next Pro last season, with over 50% of the minutes played by our local academy players. That was Asher Mendelson. And that's great. I'm glad you're excited. And I'm glad they're getting minutes. And I think that's great. They're making youth national teams too. And I'll get into that in a minute. It's great. And I hear from other people that the talent is there. But it begs the question, why are they not getting through to the first team? Again, for all the reasons aforementioned before we went to break, right? Everybody in Houston, and by the way, I responded to this, and there were 11,000 views because that's a telltale that Houston soccer fans want to see Houston kids get opportunity and get to the first team. Now, this may not even be the model of the Dynamo. The model may be just South America. But boy, you miss out on that community piece, which you proudly use the word community a lot. And a lot of teams in MLS do this. You miss out on the low hit to the salary cap. And I want to see some of these kids not only make the roster, but be a key piece. Not just, a marketing signing that, maybe in the minds of people, you're never going to get first team minutes. So you got to wonder, is this youth setup simply a vehicle of promotion? It's definitely helping kids get to college. That's good. I like that. But it's limited if players aren't getting through to the first team. And the mark of an academy and success, for me, my criteria is how many get through to the first team. Just the standpoint of the limited hit on the cap. And then you want every youth player in Houston, whether it's in your academy or not, you want them to see a Houston product on the field. There's nothing better. It's the best promotional thing you can possibly have. It's vital to the community. And it's going full circle on the pride of our soccer community here, which isn't tapped into because I don't think they know it. More fans will come to the stadium to watch local heroes too. Community is players that live and grew up in Houston. Getting to the first team, it's gold. It provides possibility to everybody. And I know people are going to say, oh, what about Brooklyn Reigns? Not a Houston kid. They bought him from Real Salt Lake. And by the way, we just got to know him. We just got loving him growing and maturing as a player. It was one of the real highlights of last year, and he's gone. So we can grab $1 million. We didn't win anything with him. Same with Mikael. But you got to tap into this Houston pride if you really want to become more relevant and put people in the seats. There just seems to be a weird secrecy around it and a lack of transparency. How does anybody, if invited on the show to talk about their development program, how do you not come on and take the vine? I don't understand. It's for you to talk about it. Yes, you're going to get the inevitable question from me, and this is going to make me hard-hitting. And that inevitable question is going to be, how come none are getting to the first team? I don't think there's an answer. I mean, what else can I think if somebody doesn't want to come on the program? So I am going to ask that question. And I've asked this going way back, and it's always, it's coming. 3 years ago, we were told it's coming in 3 years. Well, it's 3 years now. It hasn't come. And then the other issue is, why should the youth community keep pushing players to the Dynamo if they don't ever get a true opportunity to the first team? So if MLS Next, like Josh Gardner at Rangers or GFI or any other team in Houston, Rise, whoever it is, HTX, Houstonians, if they don't see him getting to the top, why should they keep pushing their players? Is the coaching that much better? It might be. I don't know. Somebody can tell me. 713-780-3776. But you better remember that this is an educated soccer community. They are reading between the lines. And you can't keep doing the same thing. Communication and transparency, not just when it's a marketing piece for you. And again, like I said, maybe this isn't really even a part of what the plan is, because maybe the plan is mostly South American players. But if you're a part of a staff, it's prideful to play a part in a player getting to the big show in the first team and then running out at the tunnel at Shell Energy Stadium with an orange jersey on. So I don't know how desirable the Dynamo are. Now, currently, they got 3 kids on the U.S. under-17 national team who are going to be in qualifying. Daniel Barrett, Matteo Di Morelli, and Miles Gardner. Now, Miles Gardner is a big athletic kid. Could you sign him and then work him for a specific position? Under 15s have a couple too. All great for promotion. That's 5, 6 kids now on 2 youth national teams and no opportunity with the first team. So when I was a kid, me and my buddies would go to the Cosmos. We'd get in to see all the greats, Pelé and Franz Beckenbauer and Vladislav Bogicevic. On and on we went. Johan Neeskens, by the way. We got to do a Dutch reference. And we'd be in the stands. And there was a rule that I think it was 2 Americans or 3 had to be on the field. This is at a time when youth soccer was not very extensive in the suburbs. It was all in ethnic areas around cities. We had a coach come out from the ethnic area and coach us. So he made soccer a huge deal to us in the suburbs. But me and my buddies would all look there, and we'd immediately look for the American kid who was out there. And I remember Jacksonville T-Men had a kid named Mike Gribben from Clemson. And we would all look at him and go, that could be us. That could be us. And that's pretty amazing. That type of power of the example in front of you. You don't need a coach for that. You need to put kids in a stadium, and then they look at their heroes. And then they go, oh, he's from Pearland? Or he's from Katy? Or he's from the East Side? Yeah, that's powerful. So who are the best when it comes to producing players? Dallas, Philadelphia, New York City FC, I guess. Maybe Chicago. Yeah, I don't know. Sebastian Rodriguez is another one that was really, really promoted heavily by the Dynamo. Heavily promoted. And he just went on loan to Monterrey in Mexico. He's 18 years old. He's a dual national. He's going to be down there playing under Dominic Torrent, who was a coach in Major League Soccer. He's on a loan with an option to purchase. And he's going to join the youth team there. So instead of the Dynamo youth team, or essentially Dynamo 2, he's going down there. Now, he hasn't had any minutes for the full Dynamo team, but he's had 2,000 plus, I think, for Dynamo 2. Was marketed like crazy. He didn't play in the Leagues Cup, and he didn't play in the regular season for the Dynamo. 2,000 minutes with Dynamo 2. He's 18, not ready for the move to the first team, and or to start grooming him. He's on loan in Monterrey. Maybe that's a great move. Maybe he's going to come back from there a different player. And every journey is different for different players. There's no doubt about that. But what does this say if your top prospect you're sending down to Monterrey? After he played 2,000 minutes last year, and everybody had glowing things to say about him. So that's where you kind of, I don't want to be beating on this, but as somebody that was in youth development for 10 years, I want to see Houston kids on the field. And that's when you start, and I think the fans are seeing this. You start thinking, well, is this just a marketing tool? And every parent and every kid, if the Dynamo comes calling, boy, that's a big deal. You want to go. You want to go. But to say there's a pathway to the pros, nah, that's not happening. That's not happening. It's more of a marketing tool. And you know what? If that environment gets you more exposure and you're going to go play in college, which a lot of guys have, that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. So maybe we should say it's a program to get kids to the college level. And maybe this move for Sebastian Rodriguez, it's a developmental move. And, I don't know. Maybe the Dynamo are thinking that's a good place for him to train, and he comes back and can be a first-team player for us. But he's going down there to play at the basic forces, the youth level. How's he going to break into the Dynamo midfield if he doesn't get a chance? Don't know. All right, reminder again, the 10th, Senate Avenue Brewing out in Jersey Village, 16,000 Dillard. That is a place for you to go on the 10th of February. Brian McDonald's going to be there. We're going to have guests. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to get a big crowd out there because we got some interesting things going on when we go there. So that is the 10th of February, Senate Avenue Brewing.